Hey everyone, and happy Think Good Thursday. Happy Eve of New Year's Eve and Sayonara 2021. It has been one heck of a year. The good, the bad, the ugly, the really ugly. And I, for one, am very much excited about saying goodbye to 2021. Actually, I'm ready for 2022. 20 is my favorite number. Um, and 2 is my favorite number. So, like, loaded up with good numbers, which I think is super important in predicting things. Uh, just love those numbers. But also because I've had like a string, and my family has had a string of really tough years. And so I have to be hopeful that 2022 is going to be a better year. But I just wanted to show up and talk a little bit about how you can get prepared for 2022 because it's not just about making a resolution. It's not just about saying, I'm going to just start to do something new. And so I wanted to share a little bit with you, a little sneak peek into the UBU 2022 workshop that I'm doing on January 9th, right here online. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I'm super excited about this session because it's going to be 2 hours of just time for for each of you to plan, to think about, to reflect, and to really get a life strategy into place for next year. But I thought it would be helpful to just kind of give you the parameters of what I think we all need to do to really move successfully into a new year. So, the first thing is, and you've heard me say this before, let's just close the book on 2021. Hopefully, by now, you've done your calendar review, you've looked at what's worked, you've seen what hasn't worked. But I also think this is a really important time. So, this is first part of the strategy number one. It's really time to let go of what's no longer serving you. So, what can you let go of that's no longer serving you is a huge question as we look at planning ahead for the new year. Creating space for things requires more space. It doesn't mean we should be squished out of our headspace. It means as we let go, we allow room and spaciousness for other things to come through. Then the second thing that is so important in any kind of a process with Think Good Company and the Think Good Company lens is, what are your core values? This is a great time to revisit your values and to think about how are those values serving you? Are they values that you're really in touch with? Are you defining those values? So that's the second part of the exercise in terms of saying goodbye and then saying hello. So, what are those values? How can you identify them? In the workshop, we'll be doing a lot of work around this, really looking at, how thoughts, feelings, actions are all connected. Then I really want to spend a fair amount of time and encourage you to spend some time talking about how do you make those values into your vision. It's one thing to have a goal, right? I see a resolution. For me, a resolution has never stuck because it's a kind of a one thing. It's not really tied to anything. It's just, all right, I'm going to put it out there. And most people don't even put it out there. Most people don't even share their resolutions. Um, and so it becomes a once and done. The percentage of people who actually achieve their New Year's resolutions is very low. But this isn't about resolutions, it's about a life design strategy. And that's what we're going to spend a lot of time talking about on Sunday, January 9th. And so, as you do this work, as we start to let go, as we start to make room for other things, we also want to cast that really big vision. And so I have some unique strategies that I'm going to hold on to for right now that we're going to share in the workshop about casting that broader vision and looking at a vision board in a different way. And I'll give you a hint, which is that for me, the vision board has to also be about creating affirmations, intentions, and some goals. It's a combination of those things, but sometimes we use those words just too casually, not really knowing which word we use for what activity. And then really figuring out a way to look at accountability, uh, which is so important for us to be successful with anything. And, we're just going to have some fun. I have some really cool brainstorming activities planned for you around figuring out your word of the year. There'll be a full workbook that's included with your joining this program. So it's a 1 day, one shot. I rarely do this 2 hour interactive live workshop for you to really get intentional about 2022. And for me, that's the difference between living a average life to leading an incredible life. It is based around setting this positive intention, and I'm going to help you get there. So in the meantime, I'm wishing you and yours a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Looking forward to being back here in 2022. This Think Good Thursday is a regular part of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be showing up on Facebook here. And also, if you want to take another look, I'm going to encourage you to go to my YouTube channel. Yes, I've created a YouTube channel. Not much in there yet, but we're building the library. And I, again, wish you a healthy, please, please be healthy, happy, and heart centered new year. Take care. And as always, remember to think good.